All right, targeting the upper outer area of your rear end. So think upper outer quadrant and maybe a little bit around to the side. So you're gonna need one of your mini bands. We're gonna go around your legs just below your knees. And this first one will be for weeks 1 through 3. So phase 1, this is the beginning. You're gonna start out on your side. We want vertical shoulders, vertical hips. From here, you're gonna slide the top leg back so that your toes are even with your heel. Point your toe down towards the floor, and then 10 times, raise and lower the leg. So what we really don't want to do is turn the kneecap and the foot up. We need to keep them turned down a little bit to target the side of your hip. After 10 repetitions, we're going to stack the legs, bring it into about a 45-degree hip angle. And then from here, I'm going to take my top hand and apply pressure to the top glute, pushing forward, and then simply pry open the clamshell. So side leg raises and clamshells, you're doing 10 in each position. Make sure you're not rocking around. All of that movement should come from your hip. All right, so when we go into phase 2, so now we're looking at weeks 4 through 6, we're gonna go into a quadruped fire hydrant. So quadruped position is the all fours. The band's gonna be in the same place. So mini band right around the knees. And from the side view, and I'm gonna give you a couple angles on this. Probably the easiest would be here to start. All right, in quadruped, what I want you to do first is basically like a clamshell. Once you've gone as far as you can go, then you can separate the feet to continue going and then right back in. But every repetition, I want you to rotate out, then the leg away, and then back in. Side view, I'm rotating out, my end range. Now I can move the leg away. One of the golden rules is your knee always needs to be higher than your foot, not your foot higher than your knee. So that's another thing you can keep an eye on. From there, we're going to go into the next progression. So third segment in your program. And 9. So we're going to start at hip width. The band's going to be just below your knees. And then we're going to take relatively short steps. So we're only going to step maybe a couple of inches, come in a couple of inches. Step a couple of inches, come in a couple of inches. So we're going to go 10 steps one way. And remember, upper outer quadrant, that's where you should be feeling this. 10 steps, what we don't want is down the side of the leg or forward. And then you'll come back 10 steps. So we should get nice and warm, upper outer quadrant. Make sure you maintain that width between your feet. We're not looking for big steps, and we don't want the feet coming in close. Start at hip width, inches, only come in a couple of inches. And then the last progression, weeks 10, 11, and 12, we're going to go to a standing fire hydrant. So the hip action is the same as being in quadruped. So from a side view, I'm going to go back with the leg, turn my knee out, and then move away from the body and return. Back, turn, and away. So forward view, back, rotate the knee out, away from the body. You're trying to keep your hips square, so you may not have the same range of motion I'm demonstrating, no problem with that. Just make sure that the leg is going behind you, you're turning your knee away, and then it's about a 45-degree angle going backwards. So you would do 10 repetitions each side. So remember, the whole key here is upper outer quadrant of your rear end through each one of the phases, 1, 2, 3, and 4.